Hi, I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Lili.
And we're here on the TrickingCerberus podcast talking about Harry Potter. We're missing two of our guests because they seem to be running late, and we actually had planned 6, but...
It's all good, it's all good. We're interesting people, aren't we?
We're going to start it off. If our prayers are probably answered, the other two guests, Katie and Han, will be here soon, and we'll all be different houses. So far we have the Hufflepuff and the Slitherbitch. So we're hoping for a Gryffindor and a Ravenclaw. We don't actually know.
Not gonna lie, Hufflepuff kind of suits me because I do eat a lot, but I'm not that Hufflepuffy. Maybe I am. Maybe.
Dude, if you're sorted into it, it's kind of law.
Shut up.
It's what values you hold most.
Yeah.
Like, people always go like, but you're not evil. It's like, yeah, but I prefer, like, power and stuff over, like, friendship. That's...
But what did you use to sort yourself? Did you do it on Pottermore?
I was one of the better people that made, like, 10 accounts, so when it started, I sorted myself quite a lot.
Yeah.
So the problem with only having 2 of us is that there's no space between us eating and someone else talking.
True.
It's
fine.
So there was a quiz that's really good. In fact, probably better than Pottermore's one.
Really?
Online, and it tells you. I used the quiz online, which is pretty much better than the Pottermore one. And it tells you what percentage of each house you are.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
it's like 200 questions.
Oh, okay.
And mine was like 75% Slytherin.
Oh, okay.
A little bit then the next one was Ravenclaw, then it was Gryffindor, then it was Hufflepuff. Like, in that order. That was really good. And then I used Pottermore, and I used it like 10 times. So I want to know what the questions were. And
Yeah.
each time was sorted in Slytherin.
Oh, okay, that's impressive. Well, it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I only ever did Pottermore once, I think. Because I did it, and now I think they're on, like, book 4 or something. But, you know, I stopped looking at it quite a while ago.
Yeah, it was really disappointing.
It was pretty, but not that interesting.
It wasn't what we wanted. We wanted, like, I don't know, we wanted something more active when we felt like we could talk to other students. Like, we wanted a full feeling that we could actually go to school at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Not like a really restricted thing. Like, I thought I would be able to go to, like, do stuff on command. Like, sort of go to classrooms.
I mean, it is generally reading the books.
Yeah, and it's like, I've done that.
Exactly.
And
it's like,
I've already done
I've read the
this part
books,
of
I've watched
story.
the film, now I want to play the game.
Yeah, I've done that part of the story. And also, if you play the video games, you're doing that as well.
Oh, yeah.
You're going through the story. It's like, we've already done this.
Exactly, we know what the story's about. It's like narrating your own sort of style in the Harry Potter world.
It's like, you're Harry, and it's like, I wanted to be my own student there.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to interact with other students and, you know, actually do stuff. I don't know, it was really restricted.
I mean, Harry Potter fandom is generally quite interesting because part of me goes, don't try and do any more because it's over, and I think the more you do, the more opportunities you have to ruin it.
Yeah, but also no.
Yeah.
While J.K. Rowling is still alive, I have hope.
Yeah, true.
If you try and continue the series after she dies, then I'll be like, don't.
No. No.
There are so many more movies I want.
Of what? Like,
there's the Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about because it's wizards in the 1950s in New York. It sounds
Oh,
cool.
really?
And yeah, this is pre-Grindelwald War, if I am correct.
Okay.
So that's before Voldemort and before Grindelwald.
Oh, wow.
So Dumbledore's like a young man around now.
Oh, that'll be cool. That'll be
I don't know
interesting.
if they'll bring him in, but this is what I think.
Oh, that'd be so good.
My knowledge of years. I don't even know world history very much.
Yeah, exactly. I
Never mind.
don't know
Or
England.
wizard world history. I'll probably know a little bit better. But yeah, so that's cool. There's also, I really want a Marauders movie.
That would be cool.
I wanted that for ages.
That one would be really cool.
I also wanted the next gen. Like, I wanted you
Yeah,
to see the kids.
I don't know. I feel like they'd be trying to stretch it out a bit too much if they did a Next Generation one.
Yeah, but I think Marauders is way more important because they've got the giant
Marauders
wall,
would be interesting.
and then there's got all the schools growing up and
Yeah, no, that would definitely be interesting, but I do think the Next Generation thing, maybe to see like a little bit of them at the end of the last film would have been interesting.
It would be better if they'd have like a TV show
Yeah.
About
That'd be
them.
cool. That'd
Like
be
a
cool.
sort of like funny kind of.
Yeah.
There's no angst. Well, there's a little bit angst, but it's more like silly stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not like there's no wars going on.
Yeah. It's
There's-
like growing up in a school the way you would grow up in a school without all the mad shit that happens in Harry Potter.
Yeah, I would just like a bit more like normalcy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, that a series would be interesting because of that, I guess.
Yeah, there are other bits and bobs I like. I also would like to see more about the founders.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be interesting. I mean, the thing is, like, I think it has left a lot of sort of questions. Like, obviously, and all the fans are like, it's been like a year now, everyone wants more, and there isn't any more. But, I don't know, I guess it's like, what, 7 books? Like, that's quite a long series as it is.
Yeah, especially if there's 8 movies and another one coming out, but, like, the world is so big.
True.
And we've got nothing on Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings world is way bigger, and has way more, like, opportunities.
Yeah.
But, also there's way more books, but, I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't done with Harry Potter.
You can never be done with Harry Potter, though, I guess.
And
But-
that's what's so funny about Tumblr, because there's like, everyone has the specific fandoms or the multi fandoms, and then like as soon as anything Harry Potter comes out, it's like all the blogs turn into Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
everyone's just like, yes,
Everyone-
yes, Harry Potter.
Everyone there is a Harry Potter fan. It's just that they put other things front now that it's gone.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't say that it's gone. It's not gone.
It's not gone.
kind of gone.
but there's less.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because it's, I don't know. Harry Potter, it makes me sad to think that Harry Potter's kind of over, in a
Yeah.
sense. Because it's kind of like the world's ended.
Sort
The
of.
Harry Potter world, obviously. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I like Harry Potter or use for other characters coming into that world. I don't know. There is something very good about Harry Potter world where it's the school or you, which everyone loves, because like high school. But then there's magic
Yeah.
and there's crazy things going on, and so putting like other fandom characters in there almost always works.
Yeah, it can, because it's sort of a world. It's a world of its own, with or without the actual like principal characters.
Yeah.
It's still like such a built-up world that you can sort of integrate things into the world.
I've definitely read enough Harry Potter fan fiction where, like crossover ones, where say I don't know, the Avengers are there, which is one of my favourites.
That sounds cool.
Can't remember its name currently. I think it's can't remember its name. I'll have the link here. But it's the Avengers there, and like it's around the same time Harry Potter's there. So like, Harry Potter joins while they're at school, and they're like, who is this kid?
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I really like that story.
Yeah,
that story is one of my favourites because they're all in different houses, but they're all like best friends. And like,
that's cool.
And like loads of teachers and other students look down on them because it's like all for they don't care about the house. They have no loyalty to the houses. They're only loyal to each other.
That's cute.
And and then you just get like a small like point of view of Snape where he's just like, I think that should be encouraged.
Oh, okay.
That people should hang out more with each other's houses. And at that point, I was like,
Snape.
I'm taken into the story. I really like it.
Yeah. I like how the whole fandom is like, we're gonna make Harry Potter live on, like, through everything. Like,
Always.
It's the fact that things aren't ending at all. Like, people right now are still making fan-related things. Like, there's still fan art being made now, despite it's finished.
You say that. Firefly has been cancelled for a long time. We only had 14 episodes. And people still wanted to go on, and it should come back. There is no reason for it to be cancelled. It was amazing. I mean, we got a movie.
I didn't
we
watch
should have
it.
got a movie. You need to watch it. But no, I don't think Harry Potter will be dead.
No, Harry Potter will not die.
Our generation grew up around it.
But then, like, my little brother, he's 6, and he's really obsessed with it as well. Like,
Well, he's gone into that, but like we grew up around Harry Potter.
And
In
like
a sense, like
they grew up with Harry Potter. Like, we grew up with them, literally.
Yeah.
Like, when they started, they were like 11 or something. We're not that different in age to them, and never have been, which obviously, but
I mean,
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I find it funny just how many references there are to Harry Potter in just television and movies.
Everything, yeah.
I can't name a sitcom that's been around since the Harry Potter movies that hasn't referenced Harry Potter at least once.
It's just such an influential thing, I think, especially for everyone, because there's us who sort of grew up with it, then there's our parents and sort of all the adults around us who had to join in because of us.
Some were very into
Some were intelligent, and then, yeah, very into it. Like, people who work at Harry Potter World, the England one, are like, they're all sort of in their early 20s, I'd say, or like the people I met, and they're all so into it. Like, they work there because they're really geeky. I was talking to a guy who was like, oh, there are spare spaces to work here, like, if you're a really massive Harry Potter geek. And I was like, I'm only 15, and he was like, oh, okay, maybe not.
It's more dorky.
It's the way that the fandom splits. Like, there are the fans of Doctor Who, of Harry Potter even, that are like unbelievably like devoted, like in everything. They know all the sort of like background and sort of like just really into it fans. And then there's the people who love Harry Potter and grew up with Harry Potter and are like, Harry Potter's the best thing, but haven't let it become such a big part of their lives that it's something they're sort of dorky over, in a sense. Like, I have a friend who's so un-nerdy or dorky or whatever, but she loves Harry Potter, but she wouldn't like quote it in daily life or something.
Yeah.
Whereas I would.
I mean, that's the thing with like any show, because there are people who can just watch the show,
And then
there are
people who care.
and then there are people who get obsessed. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it's kind of the correct term.
But let's be honest, we're doing a podcast. It's pretty obsessive.
Yeah.
In a good way. It's good.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not like I'm not going to saying I'm the biggest fan. I mean, I always have the problem with the thing with fans that a lot of people will tend to say you're not a fan unless you've read all the books. You're not a fan
That's
unless.
annoying.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I see why people do say that, but at the same time, I find it
see why,
annoying.
but there's just it's that that kind of proud kind of thing that's just not very inviting.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There are some sort of
it's
more elitish things, and it does annoy me.
And a friend of mine's a very elitist Doctor Who fan.
Right.
Who believes that no one could be an actual
Oh no.
Doctor
I know
Who
where you're going to go
fan
here.
unless they've watched all the classic Who.
No.
And it just doesn't work like that. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe we should start using the term Nuvians rather than Whovians. But the fact is, we still love the story and we still love them. We just haven't had the time to go back. And some people just don't like the old series.
Exactly, like, it's annoying when fans, like, a great thing about fandoms is the way they're sort of open to everything, like, and it's sort of a chance for everyone to sort of fangirl over something together.
Yeah.
Whereas when it becomes sort of elitey and it's all like, oh no, you have to have read all the Harry Potter books or like you have to read the books before you watch the films, or like you're not a real fan if you haven't visited Harry Potter World and stuff like that. That just pisses me off.
I mean, yeah, some people just don't realise that people can't do all of it.
Exactly.
I mean, Star Trek's also pretty bad.
Really?
I mean, yeah, a lot of people will say, "Oh, you've just watched the movies. That's not good enough." It's like you can still like the movies and be fans of the movies. Maybe you're not a fan of the whole thing.
Exactly.
But, give them a chance to get into it, because I got told off by a friend, and I'm going through the new series, but I watch a lot. I don't have time to go through everything. Just because I have priorities in my fandoms. Like Peter's for me is the biggest and close to my heart. And having time to go and watch, like I'm only first one. It's gonna take me time before I actually caught up. and by then there might even be another Star Trek movie. So it's
With Harry Potter though, that's quite good because, like, at the moment nothing new is coming out, so it's making an opportunity for people to be more accepting. Well, yeah, but not for a while. Like, being more accepting by being like, well, you may have seen the films and now you may be reading the books or whatever. Like, it's less of a sort of like, you have to catch up straight away, like, because it's not so much catching up anymore, I guess.
I mean, I was going to leave this fact until the other guest here to tell me off for it, but I've only read 3 of the books.
Really?
Because for very...
I would tell you off, but then considering the conversation we've just had, I'm not going to tell you off.
I mean, I feel like I have my reasons because I was a very advanced learner. I've probably even mellowed out to the point where people are at my level now. But when I was about 11, when these books becoming really popular, maybe before then, but that's when I started noticing it. By then, I was finishing Jane Eyre.
What the fuck?
I was an advanced reader. And this is already when my heart had been sold by 1984. So when I got into, it was a little late for me to get into Philosopher's Stone. And I'm not saying like children's books are only for children, but J.K. Rowling has great ideas, but her writing style is pointed towards kids. And,
it is a bit, yeah.
And it was very hard to read. I read the first one, and then I read Goblet of Fire. At the time, that was my favourite. And then I read Deathly Hallows before the movie because I thought I was so done with so many people telling me what was going to happen that I just wanted to read it for myself beforehand.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, Rowling's writing does get better as she gets older.
Got the book,
which actually might be reflecting Harry, like getting older.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting, actually.
So his vocabulary becomes better.
True.
So, I mean, it could be that kind of thing, but yeah, I prefer Deathly Hallows to the younger ones.
It's interesting the way you've read them. Like, when you said you've read 3 books, I thought maybe you might have read, like, 3, like, Chamber of Secrets, Philosopher's Stone, and Prisoner of Azkaban, or, like, watched them, like, read, like, 3 in sequence. But it's interesting how you sort of chose individual ones.
Yeah. I feel bad for not reading all of them, but at the same time, I kind of looked up what I had missed.
Yeah.
If
you know what it is, I don't think it's that important whether you've read it or not, to be honest.
I mean, I know some fans will be really at me for doing this, but it's just, her writing's just not my style.
Fair enough. I mean, loads of people cast her writing, like, it's not that great.
And also, this is another conversation to have on another podcast, but the Sherlock books.
Oh, I quite like the Sherlock books.
For me, they're a step down, and I don't have a lot of time for spare reading. That's not
something you're like really devoted to.
Yeah, it's not for school, and it's not published online.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because, I mean, there's a real difference between fanfiction and a real book. Because fanfiction, with books you have to get to know the character, and then there's so much setting up, and then they really take a long time to get to the story.
Yeah, I can't stand slow starting books.
And then you don't actually know what's going to go on, you don't know what's going to happen. And then in a book, and also the story might not even be good enough.
Yeah.
But with fanfiction it's different because you know what ship's at endgame. I mean, if you do read a shippy fic.
Yeah.
Because they're not all. But you know what's going to happen. You sort of know basically the plot. You also already know the characters. Which takes miles off the time. And if they're in different OU, say Hogwarts, they'll probably do a bit more background of how the character is in this particular situation.
Like with Harry Potter, like the houses and stuff. Like
I've definitely read fanfics longer than Harry Potter's books. So I mean, Chamber of Secrets was 85,000 words.
Okay.
So considering that, do you think you've read a fanfiction longer? I read at least 5.
I probably haven't, but I could see why. I could see how you quite easily could.
I mean, no, I think I've read quite a lot longer, but I can name 5 that I've definitely had.
Wow.
I don't want to talk about them because I probably bring them up on other things.
What would you say is your favourite Harry Potter, or was and now is, or whatever? Like
movie or book? Because other books.
Let's go for movies.
The book, it was Half-Blood Prince.
Okay.
I don't know, it was kind of just a different style, and it was also like one of the last ones that was funny before everything just went really quite dark.
Yeah, I mean it was funny, but then Dumbledore did die.
Yeah, that's like when it's like that's when the dark started. But it was like
True, actually.
there was some angst in there, but it was mostly like upbeat. And
Yeah.
It wasn't like it wasn't hard to watch. Like Deathly Hallows and stuff was like there was so much going on. You had to see so many characters die. It was
Yeah.
and they're all at battle. It was kind of just that one is kind of a
It's
refreshing.
less fun.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a bit of comic relief in films, and there is definitely that in like the older ones. Which one's the one with Lockhart in it?
That is Chamber of Secrets.
Is it? Was it that? Oh god, it is, isn't it? Because he goes down to the Chamber of Secrets and loses his mind.
Yeah.
Lockhart was a hilarious character. I liked him.
Yeah, he was really good.
Although I liked him more in the film than I did in the book. In the book, his character was less... I don't know, it's less sort of... You're less able to visualise his character in the book, but he just seemed a bit more of a dick, whereas in the film, he was just an idiot. And it was so clear that he was an idiot.
I think it's hard to sometimes bring across in movies, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if people act confident and pompous in movies, you may actually be inclined to believe they are what they say they are.
Yeah.
So they have to make it really clear he was an idiot. While in the books, they probably, I can't say, but they probably made it very clear.
They definitely portrayed he was like dumb, but
with the book it's easier to do because they can tell more in
yeah.
than you can in a movie
because it's sort of narrated rather than.
So yeah, I wouldn't hate them for making a character more idiotic.
No, I really liked it though. I thought it made him. He just was a really funny character. I like that.
Yeah. Another conversation I wanted to bring out later, but seeing as
if they ever come.
If they ever come, I mean, there's problems with the train, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to talk about stuff that's come out of Harry Potter, like fan-made things.
Okay.
And I mean stuff like what's that? Harry Potter in 5 Minutes song by the YouTubers.
Oh my god, I love that.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about. It's like
There once was a boy named Harry, destined to be a star.
Oh, yeah.
His parents were killed by Voldemort, who gave him a lightning scar. Harry went to Hogwarts, teacher Ron and Hermione, McGonagall requires he, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I know all the words, but I'm not going to carry on singing it because copyright to paint and stuff.
Oh, the paint.
PAINT. Subscribe. I need to get off YouTube.
Was that?
Yeah.
Potter Pals.
Mhm.
The Mysterious Ticking Noise, the most famous. But I think the most important and the best is definitely Starkid's A Very Potter Musical Productions.
I've been like emotional over Starkid for the last week for some reason. Like really emotional over him.
I mean, they had the first one, then they had this A Very Potter sequel, and then they had
A Very Potter senior year. Oh my god. Starkid's they didn't wreck it.
No.
They didn't ruin it. They made it
That's
funny.
amazing.
And yeah, it was a parody, but they didn't ruin it by making it a parody. Which made me happy.
I actually really enjoyed it. Like,
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, it was, Harry Potter was massively influential on that, and then that was also massively influential on us. Like, for a school show, right, big talent show, we did the song, the big song in the first.
Going to Hogwarts.
That's the one, going back to Hogwarts. Like, we did that, like, we didn't just straight take something from Harry Potter, we took something from something about Harry Potter, which I think is quite interesting how it, like, chain reaction spreads.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't watched them...
Yeah, you should.
You should, like, some people are like, oh, it's some, like, shitty little jokey cover, like, it's not worth watching because it will be crap. It's actually not.
It's
like,
actually one of my favourite things.
They've made it hilarious. And they sort of take out any of the dark stuff, but it's okay because it's just a great, funny... If you like musicals and sort of all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they did stuff pretty well in that. I loved it.
It was really amazing.
It was Harry Potter with swearing. I mean, it was great.
Exactly. And like, in the last one, I can't think of her name. The actress that plays Luna.
Vanna Lynch.
That one. She was in it.
As Luna. It was
As
brilliant.
Luna. And like, I think it's amazing how they managed to do that. They managed to like, get her...
Yeah. What was funny was they already had Luna in number 2.
Shit, did they?
Yeah. because that's who Draco Malfoy runs up
Oh
with.
yeah. Oh shit, that's awkward.
Because they both wear diapers or whatever.
But priorities, come on.
I know.
I was
expecting
fuck consistency. There's priorities here.
I think 3 is my favourite, just because of the limits.
Really,
they had.
senior year.
Because like Darren Criss kept breaking character.
But it wasn't.
There was Hagrid.
Yeah, true.
That was
But
me.
then it was kind of
Moaning
not a
Myrtle.
proper production, which is my thing about senior year. Like
Yeah.
the other two were like, sorry, I'm cold, which is why I keep doing this.
Moaning Myrtle though.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it was brilliant senior year, but then at the same time, like,
Yeah, I know what you
it
mean.
was a restricted production because obviously, like, they hadn't had time anymore because sort of Starkid have not broken up, but they all have a lot bigger things going on.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that.
But I think it was just insane that they got Evelina Lynch
Yeah.
to play Luna in the last one, and also to take the piss of her own character. Like,
Yeah, I know.
the fact that she was smoking a spliff throughout the whole thing,
I
it's
know.
like beautiful that she's taking the piss of her own character
Yeah.
and is willing to do that. And I mean, they had copyright issues, didn't they?
Yeah.
Massively. They couldn't call it a Harry Potter musical or something. They couldn't call it a Harry Potter musical.
Yeah, they had yeah, they made a whole song about not going for it not to be copyrighted.
Yeah.
But you know, I think I don't know. I mean, copyright for me is such a
Annoying.
silly thing when it's in kind of that style.
Yeah.
Like, they are making a musical about Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's like, why bother being like, no, you can't do it. You can't call it a Harry Potter musical. It has to have something else. When it's doing something like dedicated. It's not as if
I
you're
know.
trying to steal money from.
I know. It's their own thing. They're spending money. They'll spend so much money on the Harry Potter costumes and stuff.
Exactly. It's like, it's annoying.
Getting away from them because I really want to talk about Starkid. Another thing.
Yes.
Weren't there any things about the movie that you changed? Because for me, that just reminded me because Hermione's hair was way more accurate in the musical. Yeah, being more bushy. I think actually what would have been best is, you know, Princess Diaries.
Yep.
You know Mia's hair.
Yeah.
That hair should have been what Hermione's hair should have been.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of liked. I mean, at the beginning, Hermione's hair was pretty accurate,
Yeah.
but I didn't mind that it changed because, like, her character was growing up. I didn't really mind that it changed with her, that she became like stunning and amazing.
No, but it was like she could have still had bushy hair and had it back, but it was like
Yeah,
the way
true.
it suddenly became sleek.
Yeah, it did as well, didn't it?
And
She
it
suddenly
really-
had like.
Oh, the worst one. I think the worst change that made me so irritated was Lily's eyes as a young girl
Right.
being brown. Do you know? Remember in the last book, last film, there was a flashback,
Right.
and it was young Lily. She had brown eyes. Harry has always told he's got his mother's eyes. You know.
Oh shit! Yeah, of
The
course.
bluish green kind of colour, that, and then older Lily had that, and then
Yeah.
suddenly they had a little kid with brown eyes. It's like, okay, you've miscast this.
Yeah.
Could have done this in special effects. I mean, if she was probably too young to put in contacts, but still.
I mean, consistency isn't that high a point of the Harry Potter films,
I know,
actually.
but it was just the fact that everyone told him he had his mother's eyes.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact of that, and that it was such a big thing,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't have got annoyed.
Because it was such an important part. Like, it was you have your mother's eyes, Harry. Like, that was a thing.
I mean, she was cute and, you know, she worked at it, but to be honest, you could have found a kid with the right coloured eyes that would have done that just as well.
Yeah, you could have.
I mean, it's not exactly a hard part,
Yeah.
as mean as it sounds. It wasn't a large part that
Yeah,
needed
no,
a lot of
no.
emotional acting.
Yeah. That was a consistency failure.
That
Completely.
really was.
Complete failure.
I just, yeah.
They did a really good job of hiding, like, the consistency thing when, in the first film, there was a different Dumbledore, didn't he? And then he died, the actor.
Yeah.
That was really smooth.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really notice it that much, considering it's, like, a complete actor change. So So that was sort of a much smoother thing.
As a young girl, I didn't actually notice it.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice it at all.
There's
when I
such
was
a
younger.
space in between the movies.
The films, yeah, you wouldn't really know.
Yeah, it was so sad when he left. And then, Maggie's just survived cancer.
Had she?
Yeah, she had it throughout making of the movie. And
Oh, wow.
She's clear now.
Yay.
And it's so sad because last podcast we're talking about Elizabeth Sladen who
Oh, good, yeah.
who had died while casting. And it's like,
yeah, that's really sad.
I just can't think of many fandoms I'm in where someone hasn't died.
Can we not go there? Go in there. Yeah, I know what you mean though.
We'll go into there when it's Glee. I'm telling you.
No.
When it's I'm putting that back until I'm actually willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'll put that back to when it's the end of the series, which should be the last one.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of the other actors were like, I don't want to do this without Corey.
Oh my god. No, wait. I don't want to talk about Glee too much in this, but as in the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because think about Leah. And
That's a
just all the
good
close
thing
friends.
and a bad thing, and I don't know how I feel now.
I feel, well, to be honest, people wanted Glee to be cancelled since season 1.
True.
So, you know what? I'm good. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I think it's an okay thing. I will become the person that goes back and watches old series though.
I mean, yeah, it's very... I understand that
a
lot. I understand that they don't want to continue the show, but they have to tie up the ends now.
Definitely.
So yeah, let's not talk too much
about other stuff.
Because we're going to have to get back now.
Do you have a favourite of the principal characters? Like the big...
I'm going to say what most people say, Hermione. But,
yeah. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love Ron.
Ron?
No, okay, I don't have a favourite of any of them, just putting that one out there, but I love them all in their own ways, I guess.
Ron wasn't... I don't know. I don't know. Conflicting opinion here. Not conflicting, I guess. Unpopular opinion.
That's the word.
I don't like Snape. I understand why people change their mind about him, but Snape was consistently cruel to these 3 kids, as well as other kids in his class. He treated Harry like shit. All because his father had done something. He's an orphan boy who's being attacked by this all-powerful wizard, and he's pulling him to share lessons.
I
think he's a giant man-child.
I didn't like Snape for being a dick, but then I liked Snape I liked the character because he was a dick.
Yeah, but
I think the character made things like really interesting, but at the same time, I guess he was a bit of a douchebag.
that's the thing. So people suddenly changed their mind about him after Deathly Hallows because he was in love with the mother, and he went back on Voldemort. But the truth is here, as much as Dumbledore was terrible for raising him, to be, a lamb slaughter, as they say, right? As a lamb they bring slaughter. I forgot what the exact.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Dumbledore doing that, and then Snape, acting on their side, but still, he was 11 years old. He was an orphan with an abusive family. Maybe not physically, but emotionally.
Yeah.
And then, he was here, and then he was hounded by Voldemort through his years. You don't think you could kick
Poor little Harry became a bit badass.
And he was like, and you're treating him badly because his dad did something to you. His dead father.
His dead dad,
and his mother didn't pick you. Grow up.
Yeah, definitely.
It just annoyed me how much people just suddenly changed their opinion of him because they found that out.
Yeah, it was a big change. It was a sudden
oh wait, I like him. It's just guys, you have to realise that you've got to accept the fact that the earlier stuff happened before you found that out.
Despite what he was doing to protect Harry and shit, he was still a dick.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have love for that character.
I do and I don't. Because I have love for him being horrible.
I like bitchy characters and all, but I just didn't like the fact that people just
change their mind.
I love Snape. And it's really? I know. One of our friends would say that. What about Hermione?
Hermione.
I've always been more of a Harmony fan.
Yeah, I'm more of a Harmony fan, definitely.
I just, to be honest, though, it made more sense in the books than it did in the movies. Like in the books, I don't know, Ron was less of a dick to her.
Yeah, true.
Well, obviously, like towards the last movies, they kind of came closer and stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know. There was like stuff that happened.
I don't really like. Okay, what's the ship name? Ginny and Harry.
It's terrible. I feel like you know.
I don't really like Ginny and Harry, to be honest. Like, I feel like Harry would be better off just sort of always being alone, and for Ron and Hermione to be together, because you don't need it. You don't. I think it was an unnecessary thing to have that throughout it. Like, I feel like you don't really need the relationship stuff.
I don't know. I just never felt like those two would last. I know they've been through wars and stuff.
Yeah.
I like Ginny. Like, a lot of people don't like her, but I did like her.
I didn't mind her. She kind of annoyed me at times.
I didn't feel they were the rightest characters for each other.
No.
I felt like that was a last minute.
Yeah.
Let's put these guys together. Maybe not last minute.
I mean, because she always loved him, but at the same time, it was kind of a childish crush.
Yeah.
And I don't think generally childish crushes don't become reality.
I guess. I don't know. There was just.
It reminds me that there's still hope for childish crushes, though.
Ron and Hermione never really made sense to me.
I did like them, but I kind of preferred Harmony.
Yeah.
But I do think there were moments where Ron and Hermione were like really cute. However, I saw Hermione more as an older sister to Ron.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, sometimes I'm just like, you know what? Ignore that. All three of them be together. That's what I want.
That would be perfect.
The Golden Trio.
That would pretty much
That's
work
the
for me.
ship, right? I'm guessing. The
Yeah,
Golden Trio?
I'd assume so. I think there'd be a good married family. The three of them. No, I feel like Harry and Hermione should be married and Ron should be their kid. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it was just always there.
Yeah.
There were never ships I was passionate about. I don't think Harry Potter.
I don't think it needs it.
Harry Potter was never really a ship thing for
No.
me, because by the time I was into ships, I was watching other stuff and thinking about it. Harry Potter for me was more.
It's more the action and the sort of what's going on in the storyline.
Yeah.
You don't really need it. Like, I like the small relationship things. Like,
it's more like for me, it's like Hunger Games. I didn't like the second I brought it up in another podcast. I didn't in Hunger Games. For me, it was not about ships at all. I didn't come
for me it was
about Peter and Katniss or Gale and Katniss.
I did.
I did care about Finnick and Annie. I do.
Oh yeah.
But for everything else, it was for me. There was so much more to that story.
Yeah, that's my thing with Harry Potter and the ships. You don't need it. I think it is important to have sort of some, especially when it's like over 7 things, to have some form of romance.
Yeah.
But I don't think they needed more than like Hermione and the guy from the other school, the guy from Dun.
I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm
It's
talking
right
about, and everyone knows who I'm talking about.
It's in my head.
That she went to the ball with.
It's Victor
Crumb.
That's it.
That's the one. And yeah, no, I think.
Do you know how I thought of it? I was singing Victor. I love you in my head.
No, I think the relationship with Hermione and Victor Crumb was cute. I think Harry's crush on Cho Chang was definitely a good one.
Don't. Yeah. I'm thinking of making a new rule. People can't cancel on the podcast unless it's an absolute emergency. And only you can only do 24 hours beforehand.
Yeah.
I want 24 hours notice.
Fair enough. Well,
not 2.5 hours. You know who you are. Like, I'm over it, but at the same time, 2.5 hours isn't long.
Yeah, you're right.
With 24 hours notice, I could have got someone else.
True.
With 2.5 hours, I couldn't get anyone.
Tara.
I don't want to make her feel bad about it because
I do.
I get the load of I get that she's got a
Love
load
you,
of
Sarah.
schoolwork. And I'm less caring about my schoolwork. It's just that it depends on what your priorities are, and Sarah's very much is her schoolwork. Well,
It's understandable.
my priorities are this kind of
Tricking
thing.
Cerberus.
Yeah, but it's not for her, so I understand where she's coming from. But I am going to need more teams. So, people, I know you're out there. You keep messaging me. If you actually just want to be on the podcast, come talk to me
Yeah.
without going on anonymous. I'm not going to do anything.
Oh yeah, there was someone on Anonymous that was like, "Whereabouts do you live? When do you have the podcast?" I was like, "Come off Anonymous. We'll
Come
accept it."
talk to me. I've already asked people before, and it's like, I've already put the thing on FAQ. I've already answered it before. You know, just come talk to me. I want your Skype or some other messaging where I can talk to you, see your face. That's so you're not a 40-year-old creep or whatever. Yeah, I would actually like, and then if you can make it down here and talk about a subject, then that's great. I would like to have more people on my contacts that I can just ring up and go, hey.
How you doing? Want to come down to podcast?
Yeah.
That
So
sounded really weird.
we're still looking for a dude to play Chris and
Joaz.
Yeah,
I don't know.
On it.
Oh really? Okay.
I was like, do you know any guys? And she said, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
So I'm not going to put too much pressure on her.
But it's good to know that like there's more people who could possibly get someone.
And she's planned for the next 2 podcasts. So
Okay, what is it?
it's
Casual, like
casual one,
internet
which is
freaking out.
It's nothing particular.
Mhm.
And then the one after that is Merlin.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we should put it back to Harry Potter.
Back to Harry Potter.
Okay.
How do you feel about sort of it being made into a massive franchise?
What do you mean?
Things like the Harry Potter land in America, which is like massively sort of commercial. So I don't know how I feel about it, because part of me goes, oh, I want to go, like it sounds insane, but part of me is like, it's wrong. These are some kids at school. They don't.
I think, to be honest though, Harry Potter is everyone's.
Yeah.
Harry Potter is something that belongs to our generation.
Yeah.
Very much, and some people outside that, I guess. But it's a very big thing already.
Mhm.
Like it doesn't belong to certain people.
No, exactly. But then
that it's not. Yeah, it's over commercialized because of what it is.
yeah, I mean it's understandable, but then
I mean, if they started making, I don't know, I can't think of anything that obscure enough. If they made a Welcome to Night Vale, actually no, Welcome to Night Vale is one of the most popular podcasts in America right now.
yeah. Oh really?
Yeah, it is the most popular.
It is pretty big.
I don't know. There's nothing for me that's so small that I don't think belongs to people, because shows belong to fans as much as they belong to the writers and people who make it, in my opinion.
Yeah, because the fans are what make it. Yeah, because the
Have some
fans
decorum, girl.
are what make it, if you like.
Yeah. There's a lot of shows that I'm very grateful for that always say stuff like, you know, you guys, the fans are what are very much part of the show.
Definitely. And I mean, you do notice that in some things, sort of obviously not so much in like Harry Potter and stuff, because the films were made. I'm done at say. The films were made after the books. Like, it's less of a response to the fan thing, because it's an individual writer writing her books in her room.
I think my favorite fandom in terms of that, and it is my favorite fandom, is Roast Teeth, because it's like they are there and they get response, and that's how they start doing that's how they start making videos, because people will request something and they make it.
Yeah. I think it's really good to have that sort of responding to the fans.
I think that's why. I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much because that podcast is scheduled for like May. They're not all that booked in ahead, but that one because I have certain people who want to be on there and will only be up in London in May.
To meet them.
You know who you are. My OTP guys.
I don't know who you are, but
it's
you know.
Jessie and Alicia. Jessie and Alicia, yeah. It's some popular friends. I'll talk about it later.
Vaguely.
But Yeah, that's why Receipt is very close to my heart, because it's very. I mean, fans are so deeply involved.
Yeah, and I think that is something that's a bit restrained in Harry Potter. However, they've made it more through the commercialised stuff, like the fact that you can go to
for the fans.
yeah, Pottermore's for the fans, and the fact that you can go to Harry Potter World. Yes, it's making a massive profit, but the fans get so excited there. Like, I remember when I went and I was like, "This is like the best thing ever," and some guy who was working there showed me the actor that plays Neville's like little doodles that he does whenever he's on set, like being filmed, but not actually, like he might be like writing in the corner on a desk. The guy showed me like his drawings, and I think that was like really exciting, and to be able to get involved in things like that and see all that, despite its commercialized aspect, is still so exciting for the fans.
The good thing about them is they try to go places. They try and get involved with fans as much as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much they can do, because Harry Potter was a situation where they can't interact with fans as much, but
yeah, like,
to be honest, they wouldn't have got as many. They were just gonna have the one film, but because it was just so loved, it became a series almost instantly just because of their box office sales.
Exactly, like it would, because it's Harry Potter. I keep on looking at this poster because it's just like really awesome.
For me, it's really great that it's over commercialized. Just for a small reason is that the merch is so much easier to get than like anything else.
But it's expensive, like really expensive.
£1.
What was £1? Oh right, okay, I thought you were just pointing at the shirt. I was like, are you kidding me?
This and that are proper Harry Potter merch.
Yeah, the proper Harry Potter merch is expensive.
I'm not saying the prices are great. I also have the wand here and then a book. Most of these presents. Oh, and
I have a mug.
I have like all the bookmarks of all the houses. This is my Gryffindor.
This is the Marauders. The Marauders.
You can't really see this light. I'm sure the lighting was better earlier.
On the back it says, I solemnly swear I'm up to no good. And it's massive and it's really exciting.
The lights. If they actually do turn up, I'm going to bring the lighting. If I can be bothered.
I feel like we've done 50 minutes of it, so
we have.
If they turn up, it would be like awkward.
It's frustrating.
It's 4:15.
Yeah. What can I say? Yeah, the merch is really available. Like, I'm not saying it's not expensive, because it is, but the fact is you can get it anywhere. You can get the glasses that look like Harry Potter's pretty much anywhere. Those were £3.
But they are. I mean, my brother's has the. There we go. You can see them up there. My brother has the actual Harry Potter ones, and they were like a tenner. And the ones are really expensive, and they break really easily.
I know the end of that's kind of broken, but no, but there's scarf.
I'm sorry, I got cold, so I took the scarf.
I can take it. I like the fact
that is good. That's a good thing.
Like, if I try and look up merch for certain things, I can't find it. I'll have to buy like a £30 shirt that costs like £10 worth of shipping.
That's annoying.
From a weird website. Well, not a weird website, probably like Redbubble. Not that I use that. Yeah. I don't know. It's good that I like the fact that you can merch.
Yeah, no, that is a useful aspect of it. Like this tie. It's a good tie. It's the official merch one though.
For me, cosplayers. For me, if you just dress as a Harry Potter student, I'm not so impressed.
Really? Why? Explain.
Because, I mean, not saying that everyone does. Some people go full out. Some people will just buy the tie.
Right.
Then basically get the most descript school uniform looking thing.
A
white shirt, black skirt, black shoes, and just, you know. I mean, no,
Is this like for a full-on cosplay or just for like a costume?
Not like a Halloween costume, because who cares about that?
Yeah.
I mean, like proper Comic-Con kind of.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
I don't know. It's like, I know it takes a while to build up cosplay, but I don't count many of what I do proper cosplays. I just think, you know, it's a little bit fun. But
sort of like dressing up.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's full-blown cosplay until you see some people who really try and you're like,
Yeah.
wow.
Who have like gone to like proper efforts.
Yeah.
Whereas with Harry Potter, like
That is very elitist thinking of me because it's dumb to think that because any cosplay is cosplay.
yeah,
But I don't know. There's always a massive group of people who just dress with the tie. I mean, sometimes they have wigs, but then they just kind of like.
I mean, when they go to like the proper effort of like.
No, I've seen a very good Voldemort before.
Really.
Very good. Like they had like I don't know what they've done, but they made it look like the nose wasn't there. And
that's cool.
I think they might have like I don't know had an extra layer of pathetic face to make it look like the nose is.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were so good. I didn't get any pictures of them.
When people go to those extents, like, I think that's when it becomes something really impressive. That you're like, oh wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. Like, rather than like, oh, you're a Harry Potter student, well done.
No, but like, say you dress up as Hermione from the Yule Ball.
Right.
That's impressive.
That's impressive. Good. But the dress was like from M&S or something. Like the next month, you could buy a dress that looked exactly the same from somewhere like M&S or Sainsbury's. Not Sainsbury's. Somewhere like M&S or Topshop or something.
There's that, and then
Sorry.
I don't know, just as Mad Eye Moody.
Ooh, yeah, that would be impressive. It's sort of like with Harry Potter, like to choose an exact costume. Sorry, I'm eating all the flying
I
saucers.
just think the school uniform, it's a bit easy.
Yeah, if you can choose like something that's really.
It's as easy as doing a Dean or Sam Winchester.
Yeah.
I mean, there are extents where people get all the blood on their face and wear a costume that is hard to find. Then I'm impressed, but putting on trousers then plaid shirt. So.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, every cosplay's a cosplay, but I just don't get as impressed by the school uniform as I would by full-on stuff.
Yeah, same, because it's like.
It's pretty much the same for every fandom.
Yeah, pretty much, because.
There are different levels, but
with Harry Potter, like, it's to find something exact, like, because they are a lot of the time just in their school uniform, like costume-wise, but there are times like at the Yule Ball and at other events where they were wearing like specialised things, or like even to get like what Harry's wearing in that would be impressive. Or like I know that they each have a thing. So Hermione was. I just dropped my sugar. Hermione was always wearing pink. Ron was always wearing. I think it would. Wait, I'm looking. Ron was always wearing like red or orange, and no, Ron was always wearing green or orange, and Harry always had something blue on. So I think little things like that, like to remember that and bear that in mind and represent that, is quite important. Like an important aspect of it.
Other side of fan stuff is. I guess we haven't touched on fan art.
No, we haven't really looked at fan art, and there are some really beautiful fan arts when it comes to Harry Potter.
I've got like 2 favourite gender swap ones, which I've shown you. I really do love gender swaps. I like it in every fandom, to be honest.
They're interesting because it's sort of like seeing things in a different light, like.
But I haven't got many outside of that. I don't know.
I mean,
any one where it's in front of the mirror of Airstead.
Yeah, they're always interesting.
They can make you cry sometimes. Like the one with George and Fred.
Oh.
That one is very sad. It's very well done as well.
I think a lot of the, even just sort of like edits and stuff, it's all so much there. Like, generally, people represent it so much. Like, just making we miss you Harry Potter things, kind of.
Oh, what I haven't mentioned, there are some amazing videos of the Marauders.
Really?
Like, there actually are. I have a specific favourite one that I'll probably link up. But, people are very good at putting that together.
Okay.
What's also great is that everyone seems to have accepted, certain headcanons as the actors.
Okay.
Like Karen Gillan as Lily.
Yeah.
That's pretty much almost universally accepted.
Yep.
And then, dude, I forgot his name. He was a guy in Angus Duncan, Perfect Snoggy. What's his name?
Aaron Johnson.
Aaron Johnson as James was
Yep.
pretty much accepted. The other faces I don't. What is it? Who is it? That's Andrew Garfield. I think it's Remus.
Yeah, that would make sense.
There's like the whole of them were all as a cast, and then they were really accurate. I always forget
That's
who it is,
cool.
but I look at them and I know who they are. But yeah, I find that always interesting because it's like most people argue over something like that.
Yeah, no, I like that everyone's sort of like, yeah, that works. I like how
there was a little bit of resistance sometimes.
the fans sort of go back onto things that aren't mentioned that much in the books and stuff, and sort of really develop them. Like
the Black Sisters.
Yeah, that's developed much further.
I actually want a movie of the Black Sisters.
I feel like that might be a step a bit too far, but then it's not related so much, so it could be. And I love Bellatrix Lestrange.
Narcissa as well.
Yeah, Narcissa.
Oh, yeah.
The whole Black family tree would be interesting, not gonna lie.
See, it's like, there's so much I want movies to be on, but I know how wrong they can get.
See, I have a bit of a different opinion with you on that. Like, I quite like that the fans look into that and that it is definitely thought about.
No, like fan-made movies.
Alright, okay, fan-made ones, yeah. But I feel like quite a lot of them, I kind of wouldn't want them to do much more. Like, when someone said Magical Beasts or whatever it's called, the new one.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
That's the one. When someone said that was happening, I was like so excited, but I was also kind of like, is this dragging it out a bit? Like, is this trying one step too far? And I'm still I still hold that opinion. Like, I'm obviously gonna see it, like I'm excited for it to happen, but I'm still kind of like,
I think you have to wait until what happens. But
see what happens, basically.
The fact is, Rowling has said that this isn't going to be the last one.
Oh, has she? Oh my. I don't know how I feel.
The other short book that was like that was
Is
about
the-
the history of Quidditch.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that will be the one.
I feel like that would be a
she does.
kind of boring film, though. I worry that she might do like something on the Tales of the Beetle and the Bard.
Why?
Because I don't think I'd like it if she did, because I think it would just be a bit sort of basic. Like, we know about the stories and stuff,
Yeah.
but then that was like an actual book that she released. Like, I have it at home. Like, it's just a little book.
Things that
And
we've already watched that.
We know what happened, I guess. So
There is so much more in the Harry Potter world to explore, to go back on that kind of stuff.
yeah, definitely.
So I don't know.
There is a lot that we haven't looked at and that could still be explored, I guess.
I'm very willing for it to happen.
I'm
not a big fan.
not
of
sure.
losing
I'm
stuff.
willing and resistant.
I'm a big fan of losing things. Glee is something I won't mind losing.
Glee will affect me if I lose it, but I also think it's a good thing that it's going.
Yeah. Harry Potter is something I'm not ready to lose yet.
Yeah, neither. I don't
So-
think I ever will be, though.
I'll maybe probably decide whether I want another movie after I watch this movie.
Yeah, because it
But
could
for the
be.
moment, I very much want this movie.
What worries me is it will be like a massive sort of. What worries me is that when I watch it, it will feel like it's kind of dragging things out, that it's unnecessary.
But what I like about it is that it's just about the war, and now there's going to be, well, there's actually the real war sort of effects going on. But we're learning about magical creatures more, and there's also going to probably be more magic. And then it's 1950s New York. I mean, it's nice because it'd be so different from Harry Potter's world, because it is years later, in a different country.
Yeah, it would be interesting. People have just come home. Hey!
Alright. Hey, for the moment though, we have a Gryffindor, a Hufflepuff, and a Slytherin. It's great.
I'm indifferent.
You're a Gryffindor.
No, because
You are.
I'm
a
not
Gryffindor.
necessarily. No, but I'm a little bit of like.
Lily,
A
back me
lot.
up here.
You're quite Gryffindor.
I know, but I'm a little bit of a lot.
Also, yeah, I'm hiding this thing.
I'm not all Gryffindor.
Yeah, I mean, not a whole house, but we already discussed this earlier about being sorted. Like when
I hate
There's a camera.
red and.
There
There is? What? I didn't know that.
do you know what? I'm gonna get the
I
energy
don't like
drink
red
from
and
the fridge.
yellow together.
Yeah.
I
So
like
basically,
red.
we've been talking for an hour and 5 minutes.
Wow. gonna take off my. Whoa.
It's gonna kill
It's
my
been
editing
fun, though.
side of me.
It's actually been hilarious.
You've already had a coffee. So I'm fine.
It's like
So basically, yeah, I was talking about it earlier, but when I did a quiz, I said I was mostly Slytherin, then a little bit Ravenclaw, then a tiny bit Gryffindor, and then a tiniest bit Hufflepuff.
The first time I did
Hufflepuff. Woo!
the first time I did Pottermore, I was Hufflepuff. The second time I was Slytherin. The third time I was Ravenclaw. Then I gave up.
Yeah.
I've only done
Okay.
I've only done Pottermore once. I feel like if I did it again, I might not be Hufflepuff. I might do it sometime.
It's about what values you hold.
Exactly, neither. That's what I thought. I might be a
But
Slytherin.
your attitude is so Gryffindor, it kills me.
Really? Why wouldn't you call her loving and kind and generous?
That's not Gryffindor.
No, it's brave, isn't it?
It's kind of the brave, kind of arrogant kind of house. But they share many similarities with Slytherin.
Yeah.
Because Slytherin's also arrogant, but we
Arrogant,
cowardly.
but
Because
yeah.
we prefer our own life than, you know. we can
Hufflepuffs are true and loyal and unafraid of toil. I'm true.
go- Also,
I'm
you live next to
loyal.
the
I
kitchen,
don't
so you like to eat.
bitch.
Or Yetch and wise old Ravenclaw if you'd a ready mind. For those of wit and learning will always find their kind.
Hey, Imogen.
Thank you very much.
Are you telling me honestly, knowledge is one of your most held values?
It depends what kind of knowledge you're talking about.
Just learning and being knowledgeable. It's not one of your truest values.
I like being knowledgeable.
No, you like the
You
like these in-
nope.
you like these in the Slytherin aspect where knowledge is power, rather than you don't like knowledge for the basic fact that you like knowledge.
No, I like knowledge for basic knowledge. I don't like knowledge for the fact that you have to learn the knowledge.
True.
I like being knowledgeable and knowing a lot of stuff, but I don't like having to learn the knowledge.
See, I just think that's more Gryffindor than it is Ravenclaw.
I always used to just choose my house. Before I knew that there was such thing as Pottermore or any like house choosers, I was like, yeah, I'm a Gryffindor, or maybe a Slytherin, but you know,
I care
definitely not a Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw.
I care about myself and money more than I care about other people. So, and also the idea of power.
Actually, no, I'm quite caring.
I'd say you're pretty caring.
I am.
Yeah, you are.
Well done. This is staying with me now.
You're pretty loyal. Hey.
One round. Nope.
We've still had quite a heated conversation. Not heated. We've still had quite a developed conversation though about Harry Potter. What do you think about sort of all the spin-offs, and do you want there to be more films and all that kind of stuff?
To be honest, I was good with how it ended. Like, it was kind of like, it's good, like it's over now, it's been years, like, well done with that.
All was well.
Congrats. Now you can, they
Yeah,
can pursue their
that's what I'm
acting
thinking.
career,
I
like
like
we
that.
can move on with other fandoms and stuff. But I mean, like, I don't really mind that they're carrying it on, but I'm scared that they're just gonna ruin it.
I'm scared.
It was our generation. It was great. It was amazing. But now it's carrying on. It's like it's bringing younger people into it that like
Might not value it. I need
Yeah.
to pee really badly.
Why didn't you do it before?
I did. No, I didn't actually.
oh no.
I'll be back in a second. Carry on talking.
No, we're gonna wait.
Oh.
Just gonna need so much editing. Today's actually you're gonna have fun with that. Sweat, sweat on you. Sitting by the fire while eating fondue. I don't know about me, but I know about you. So the head to a first and 3, 2, sweat. I'm not too deep. Let me tell you on. Hey girl, let me talk to you. If I was your boyfriend, I never let you go. Keep you on my arm, girl. You never be alone. I can be jealous. Anything you want. If I was your boyfriend, I never let you go. I never let you go. And you know, I don't understand how some be like. Girlfriend, you could be my girlfriend, you could be my girlfriend to the world. I don't be that late, though.
And I'm back.
Swag.
Okay, Imogen, carrying on to asking your opinions on stuff we've already talked about. What do you think about the fact that Catherine's only read 3 of the books and not in series?
Which ones did you read? And what order?
Oh god, we already had this.
Shut up, go with it. Number 1.
Philosopher's Stone.
Okay.
Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
Deathly Hallows.
What the shit? Okay, so first of all,
This is what I was talking about!
you missed out 2 books in between the first ones, and then what? Goblet of Fire, and then another 2. 4. You've read, Kevin. You've read less than half of the books. No, but what pisses me off about this is that you can read books in like a day. If you did want to, you could read it in a day, but you don't. You didn't. It took me about a year to read all of them.
No, it would take me a week, but still.
Yeah,
No, it would have taken me longer than a year to read
It
them.
took me like 3 or 4 weeks to read the first one, because I'm slow, but I still read every single book.
Well,
I already discussed this. I just don't like the way she writes. It's really.
J.K. Rowling, if you're listening, you're my babe.
I love your ideas.
Yeah, I love the
I'm
ideas.
listening to this. I love her ideas. It's just her writing style is just not to my taste.
You miss like so much stuff if you don't read
I'm-
books.
I looked it up. I did my research. I didn't have to read the book.
cheating, unless it's for school. That's cheating.
I don't even find it like that offensive that you haven't read the books. What I find slightly offensive is that you haven't read them in series.
Yeah.
That's the bit I find odd.
Why? So I'm just gonna read
That
the
you
first
haven't read,
3
like,
ones and then not read the rest.
Yeah. Or like the last 3. But the way
Yeah,
that
last
you read
week I'd
like
be fine with, because it's like, okay, that bit's over, now you're just trying to catch up. But like you just
It's
dotted about all over the
hilarious.
place.
It's quite funny how did you choose to read those ones?
Philosopher's Stone was there.
Yeah.
Goblet of Fire was there. Deathly Hallows. Imogen was about to start, but she was still reading something. I was like, I'm gonna read this quickly before she does. So she takes a year, so I read it and then go back.
See, that's so weird.
This is also for me pre-Tumblr. Actually, until the last movie. I read Deathly Hallows.
Same probably.
I think it was before.
Interesting.
Wait, because it was pre-Tumblr, I didn't have the same sort of obsession with fandoms
Yeah.
until Tumblr, and then I got everything into it.
See, for me, Harry Potter is probably the one show that I've managed to have sort of one thing that I've managed to have sort of an obsessive fangirl relationship with without the aid of Tumblr at first.
Yeah, no, yeah, same.
Like most things that if I'm obsessively fangirly over, it's because of Tumblr.
Yeah, Tom's like
But-
boosted that.
I think
Harry
Doctor
Potter,
did that for me.
independently, I could do it. That's what I was just talking about
I don't know what stuff you like talk about.
What's your favourite book / film?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Quick fire questions with
came out
Imogen
really well.
Ponton.
Prisoner of... It's words. Okay, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah.
Okay, quick fire round, Imogen. What's your favourite Star Kid production of Harry Potter's?
First one.
ABPM, ABPS, or Singing Year?
8 p.m. Gotta go with the classic.
Favorite character?
From Harry Potter.
From Harry Potter.
Yeah. No, from.
Shit, no, that's really hard. Do you mean like out of the mains or any?
Do one out of the
Any.
mains and then one out of any.
Fine.
Okay. Out of the mains. Okay, what counts as the mains?
Golden Trio.
The trio. Ron.
Yay!
No one is always Hermione.
Catherine was
you
always
guys are
like-
different.
As everyone says Hermione, and I was like, I kind of like Ron. She was like,
Everyone
what?
else talked to you say it's Hermione.
What's the best? I feel like I have a connection with Ron.
Yeah, I feel like you are Ron. Okay, out of all the others.
I'm probably more Harry than I am Hermione, but I just like.
Oh,
Hermione.
right.
I think
Not like golden ones, other than
that's
Pikachu.
really hard.
Favourite teacher?
Minerva.
Remember Hagrid?
Hagrid's not a teacher.
There he is.
Yeah, he is.
Oh well, he is now. We did.
Yeah.
He wasn't, and then he did.
Oh, you did.
But- Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. No. Hagrid.
I had another
Favorite
one.
ship.
Yeah, favourite ship.
Malfoy and Harry.
Harmony or
Hermione.
Hermione? What?
Hermione.
Hermione, that's it.
Hermione.
Really?
We would have said all of them three together, the golden trio.
We said the golden trio. All three of them.
Oh.
Harry and Hermione married and Ron's their
No
kid.
shit fighting, no shit fighting. Just all three.
Because I couldn't decide, because I
We
kind
didn't
of
talk about
prefer...
Hermione.
Ooh.
What?
That
That's such a
took me a
big thing.
minute.
I'm surprised you...
That took me a minute. That's gross.
That was everywhere.
It's so wrong.
It is everywhere.
But it's so wrong.
I've never seen that.
Hermione! Never Draco and Hermione. It's one of the biggest ones
But
I've
it's
seen.
so
yeah, no,
wrong.
yeah, I have, sorry.
But it's so wrong.
I know.
But
Draco's
it's so right.
Draco and Hermione's Hermione. And I guess,
I think people really love the
What's
love-hate
the
relationship stuff in...
come on, Ron, it's just a little, come on, Draco, it's just a little bit of makeup.
Oh, it's called Granger Danger.
This could mean
Granger Danger.
danger.
Oh no, wait, how does it start? Okay, come on, how does it start?
Granger danger.
That's Ron, isn't it?
Silence.
Oh god. I'm thinking my last intro.
Anyone, if you remember this before us,
Oh,
you
wait,
and
no,
brownies-
wait! Shit, I almost had it, you guys distracted me.
You and brownies if you get it before Imogen.
Fuck.
It's
I've now got
No,
Ariel in my head. Look back at the movie.
Guys.
Here I am.
Yes!
This
Wait,
is
wait, guys, now we got it. I feel like we have to sing it now.
Oh, guys.
Here I am, face to face with a situation
I never thought I'd ever see. It's strange how a dress can take a mess and make her nothing less than beautiful to me. It seems like my eyes have been transfigured. Something deep inside has changed. They've been open wide, but hold that trigger. This could mean danger. I'm falling in love, falling in love, falling in love. I could be falling in love, falling in love, falling in love with the mighty Granger.
Or Lou.
Imogen, go.
Favorite quote.
Oh, Jesus Christ, why would you ask me that?
Always. Cheat. I was going to cheat and say always.
I can't think of quotes.
You really can't. Mine would probably be, neither one can live while the other survives.
Oh, yeah.
Love that line. Also,
Are you actually gonna like read the book?
I saw me so I'm up to no good.
Yeah, I know that. Mission managed.
Okay. What's your favourite object in the series that you would like to take in the real world? Like, fully working? I was going to say Mauler's map, but I don't know if there are better ones.
Yeah, the
That was
rules
really
map.
good.
Actually, it would be kind of useless though if it was only Hogwarts.
True.
Because then you just
Oh,
have
shit,
Hogwarts.
It's like, well, look, that person's walking around in Hogwarts, it's great. Oh, watch out, someone's coming.
Favorite spell?
It's a very odd thing.
No, we're not
Chilly
going
leg
to.
cheeks. That was so late.
I liked whatever the hell spell. I can't remember it. I know it, but that brought all those statues to go Hogwarts.
Oh, that was when
What was that?
Guys, I just remembered my favourite quote. Not my daughter, you bitch.
Yeah.
My
I
That's
swear,
favourite.
I swear
yeah,
it never
that's it.
swore up until that moment.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that-
yes.
They never swam. My favourite spell was probably the one where he, when someone gets turned into a snake and just falls from the sky, and they're like on the jewel thing. Yeah, that's Septum Separate just was funny, turned into a snake and then fell.
Favorite animal you'd want as a pet? I want to have one. I would.
Lupus. Lupin.
I want what Ginny had. It was like the fluffy thing. I've forgotten its name.
Oh, yeah. That was really cute.
No, she's just not in a Pokemon. What was it called?
The giant. I want the giant.
I want Hagrid's brother as a pet.
I would say.
Actually, yeah, Griffin would be cool.
Oh yeah.
What was Hedwig?
Or Phoenix.
Oh.
Not Hedwig.
Oh, crap.
That's not what I meant. I'm getting it.
Shush, the cat?
No.
The rat?
Oh, yeah, Phoenix.
Oh, I hate that stuff. Yeah, I think this would be cool. Because it, like, saves your life multiple times.
But a griffin you can
Oh,
ride.
guys, wait, hold up. Dragon.
Yes, a dragon!
I would not want a dragon as a pet. Thank you very much.
I
You guys
know.
have
I wouldn't want a Hungarian horntail or whatever. We need something simpler than that.
Actually, no!
I want, what's her name? Nagisa?
Oh, no, the snake.
What's the snake's name?
Yeah, he's... no.
No, Nagisa!
Something like that.
I swear Nagisa's from 3.
I don't know, but it's something
Yeah.
like that.